Close your eyes and imagine this. It's 1918. The streets of New Orleans are quiet. Families lay asleep in their homes after a long day. But somewhere, in the thick, humid air of the Louisiana night, a man waits, watching, planning, preparing to strike. He slips into homes unseen. He never steals. He carries no grudge. His only motive is death. And his weapon? Not a gun, not a knife, but the simplest tool, an axe. For nearly a year, this mysterious figure haunted one of America's most vibrant cities, leaving behind a trail of blood, unanswered questions, and pure terror. His name? We still don't know, but history calls him the Axeman of New Orleans. In 1918, New Orleans was alive, a cultural crossroads where jazz was being born. The streets were filled with energy. Musicians played on every corner. French and Creole influences shaped the architecture, and a growing Italian immigrant population had begun to dominate the city's grocery businesses. But beneath the beauty lay tension. Racism and anti-immigrant sentiment were rampant. Many Italian Americans were looked down upon and suspected of having ties to organized crime, specifically the Sicilian Mafia, or La Cosa Nostra. Meanwhile, across the world, the Great War was ending. But another enemy was rising, the deadly 1918 Spanish flu pandemic, killing millions. And yet, for New Orleans, a much more personal terror was about to begin, something even the newspapers couldn't fully explain. May 23, 1918, the first known attack. Joseph and Catherine Maggio were brutally murdered while sleeping in their apartment above their grocery store on Upper Line Street. The killer broke into their home by chiseling a panel out of the back door, silently, methodically. He then slashed both their throats with a straight razor, nearly decapitating Catherine. Afterward, he used their own axe to bash in their skulls. The gruesomeness of the scene horrified police. Strangely, nothing was stolen. Jewelry, cash, valuables, untouched. This was not a robbery. It was something far more sinister. Joseph's brother Andrew, who lived nearby, heard faint noises but dismissed them, only discovering the horror at dawn. Andrew became a suspect briefly, but authorities could find no evidence, and soon more victims would follow. What terrified New Orleans most was that the killer seemed unstoppable. Each attack carried the same haunting signature: entry through a door panel chiseled open. The victims attacked in their sleep. The murder weapon, often the victim's own axe. No robbery, no clear motive. The next victims were Louis B. Sumer and his mistress Harriet Lowe, attacked in June 1918. Both suffered horrific head wounds. Harriet would later die after surgery, and her final words to police offered no clue as to the identity of her attacker. August 5, 1918, Anna Schneider, 8 months pregnant, was attacked in her sleep. Somehow, both she and her unborn baby survived, a rare glimmer of mercy in this nightmare. August 10, 1918, Joseph Romano, an elderly grocer, was bludgeoned in his home. His nieces saw a shadowy figure flee, a large man wearing dark clothes and a wide-brimmed hat. It was the closest anyone came to seeing the Axeman. The city was officially in a state of panic. The attacks seemed random, and yet targeted. Many victims were Italian grocers. Some whispered of mafia vendettas. Others believed it was the work of a nodman. Citizens armed themselves. Families huddled together at night, too afraid to sleep. Some fled the city entirely. Hardware stores sold out of locks, guns, and door reinforcements. Police increased patrols but were overwhelmed. The press sensationalized the killings, calling the murderer the Axeman. Still, he remained one step ahead. Then, something even more chilling happened. On March 13, 1919, the Times-Picayune newspaper received a letter, allegedly from the Axeman himself. Esteemed mortal, they have never caught me, and they never will. They have never seen me, for I am invisible, even as the ether that surrounds your earth. I am not a human being, but a spirit and a demon from the hottest hell. I am in New Orleans and will visit again on the night of March 19. But I am fond of jazz music, and I swear every person who has a jazz band playing will be spared. that night, a strange scene unfolded across New Orleans. Every bar, every home, every street corner played jazz late into the night. Dance halls were packed. Jazz bands performed until sunrise. The city partied out of sheer terror. And true to the letter, no one was killed that night. After the letter, the Axeman struck a few more times. August 10, 1919, Steve Boca was attacked but survived. September 3, 1919, Sarah Lahman was attacked and survived. October 27, 1919, Mike Pepitone was killed in his home. His was the Axeman's final known victim. After Pepitone's murder, nothing. The Axeman vanished. No leads, no suspects, no confessions. Over the decades, many theories have surfaced. 1. Organized crime. Many victims were Italian grocers. Some believe the mafia sent a message, but the random survival of many victims doesn't fit. 2. A sadistic serial killer. Possibly a mentally disturbed individual who killed purely for thrill, one of America's earliest serial killers. 3. Multiple copycat killers. The letter may have inspired imitators, explaining slight differences between attacks. 4. Supernatural myth. The demonic claims fueled urban legends. Some still believe the Axeman was not entirely human. Despite intense police work, including over 100 suspects questioned, no one was ever charged. Today, the Axeman remains part of New Orleans' dark folklore. He's appeared in pop culture, including American Horror Story, Coven. Ghost tours still tell his story in the French Quarter. True crime enthusiasts continue to debate his identity. The mystery remains frozen in time, over 100 years later. Who was the Axeman? A calculated serial killer? A mafia enforcer? A figment of mass hysteria? Or something darker? Perhaps the truth is lost to history forever. If you enjoyed this chilling dive into one of America's darkest mysteries, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and ring the bell for more unsolved cases. Drop your theories in the comments below. Who do you think was the Axeman of New Orleans? Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.